Hi dears, and welcome back to my channel. It's Anna with you here, and we are in the recent update on the situation here in Spain and the latest news from our region. So first of all, regarding the situation, I must say that we don't really have the exact numbers because we are in full Easter right now. Happy Easter once again, my dears. I hope you'll enjoy these holidays with your loved ones and your relatives, and you'll spend a very nice time during this weekend. And for the situation, as it's a festive season right now, it's Easter, we don't really have the exact numbers. What we do know is that in some regions, cases are decreasing, as for example in Madrid and in Valencian region, and in the others, they remain approximately the same as they were, which is normal because when it's holiday time, they don't really do that much of a testing. So it's normal that the amount of cases is decreasing, and they will increase once again when the normal week and normal work days will start again. The index of people getting sick is approximately the same, is 155 per every 100,000 of people. And this is normal because the cases are not growing that much right now. What is happening? All the restrictions are remaining approximately the same as they were because it's a holiday season until 9th of April. After 9th of April, we'll see what's going to happen. Here in Valencian region, they want to allow bars and restaurants to be opening until 9 o'clock in the evening, instead of 6 o'clock, because right now the weather is very nice. People want to finish work and go somewhere to have a drink, just chat on the terrace and relax. And when they finish work, basically everything is closed. So this is why our local government of Valencian region wants to allow people to stay a little bit more outside, and due to the fact that we can actually allow us to do so because the amount of cases here is minimal comparing to the other parts of Spain, we can do this. So hopefully they'll allow us to have bars and restaurants and cafeterias open until 9 p.m., which would be just amazing news for a lot of different businesses in our region. In other regions, so I think you might know, I've mentioned it in the last news update, that here there's been a new law, new restriction that has been approved on Tuesday this week, so last Tuesday, that said that people have to wear masks everywhere, even on open air, even on the beach area, even though you have the minimum distance with the other people, you still have to wear a mask. 5 different regions in Spain have denied this new law. They've said that they will not accept it, they will not allow this happening. And these regions were, for example, both islands, so Balearic Islands and Canarian Islands. They were Catalonia, where Barcelona is, that region of Mediterranean Sea, so like the top of Mediterranean Sea area. Then Valencian region as well didn't approve this new law, and they say they don't agree with it. And Galicia, which is one of the north regions. Why this is happening? Mostly these are the regions that are on the Mediterranean Sea, that have more tourism, that people go outside a lot more, except for Galicia because it's normally colder there, but they also have a beach on the Atlantic Ocean, so they also can go. These regions just have decided that this is a little bit too much, because when you are on the beach, you are able to maintain the distance a lot better than when you are just on the street walking around the city or the town. And you can maintain the distance. So when you are sunbathing, what will you do? You'll sunbath with a mask on? No, obviously. So these regions are trying to change the law, and probably they will check it once again, and maybe they'll make some changes so that it wouldn't be necessary. Maybe just recommend it, but not a must, which would be very good. This basically are all the news regarding the situation for the day of today. There's also one interesting thing happening that I wanted to let you know about, is basically there are some terrace police officers, that we call them here in Spain, like terrace police, or spies, that are just normal people that are staying on the terraces of their home or somewhere on the entrance, and they are just checking the street and checking who's entering and going out from their house or the nearest houses. Why they are doing this? Well, this already happened at the beginning of pandemics. You know, a lot of people were just on their terraces, and as soon as they saw someone going out the street, when we were locked down in our houses in March last year, we couldn't go to the street only for like basic, very, very basic needs, and only one person of a family. So back then they were calling police a lot. They were receiving a lot of calls saying, oh, I just seen the person that's on the street, which shouldn't be. But people just were not thinking that there are many exceptions, like workers, essential workers that are going to work or coming from work. There were people who were allowed to have a walk. For example, parents with autistic children, they were allowed to have a small walk because they needed desperately to calm them down sometimes. And right now it changed a little bit because these people are thinking a little bit more, and they are calling police when it's actually needed. For example, if they see someone coming with travel bags and like travel equipment, they see that this is a person who's not living here, so they call the police just in case. Police comes and checks if that person actually lives here or if it's just a tourist. What they do as well, for example, when they see that the music is very loud, they call the police once again, because it's quite probable there is some kind of a party going on in the apartment nearby, as well as if they see that there are a lot of people going to the same building and same apartment. This is done basically because they want to avoid a lot of different illegal parties here in Spain, which are not a singular event. So quite a lot of different parties are happening here in Spain, like illegal parties, I mean. So basically this is what's happening. People are just so tired, you know, of all these measures, of all the restrictions. People are tired of being locked down at home. A lot of them lost their jobs. They just don't have anything to do better except that being on the terrace and just checking if everything is fine. So this is why they're called the police of the terrace. This is what's happening right now. It's real life, and it's what's happening in Spain. The other thing is what happened between Morocco and Spain is that Morocco has closed the borders with Spain and France, but they did it last Tuesday, so this week's Tuesday, and they didn't even give any kind of a time for people to go out and to return to their countries. They just basically said, okay, borders are closed now, without telling anyone previously. What happened? A lot of different people here from Spain, they were allowed to travel to Morocco, especially when they had the PCR negative test of the virus, and a lot of them went there to visit their relatives, for example, the other ones just for tourism and just to relax. And what happened is that even though they came legally to Morocco, they were left there without the option to get back to Spain and France. But of course, we're talking about Spain right now. So what happened is that people just were left there without any option. They had to pay with their own money the hotel for more days, car rental, food, anything that they were not planning on paying from the very beginning. And right now Spain is trying to take them out from Morocco to bring them back home. And today, tomorrow, and on Tuesday, there's going to be some charter flights going out, and these flights will bring approximately 3,000 of people from Spain. Either they're Spanish or with Spanish residents here, permanent residents. So they'll bring 3,000 of people from Spain back home from Morocco. Can you imagine? A lot of people were very, very stressed, very angry, very frustrated, of course, because they were afraid that as soon as they'll come back from Morocco, they don't even know if they'll have their job still, because a lot of them went only for a few days, like a small escape, you know, just to disconnect from all the issues and all the problems and relax a little bit. And they had to come back to work, but they were locked down in that other country. So this is just not very good for a lot of them, but hopefully companies will understand what happened. It doesn't depend on them. It's not as if they wouldn't just get to work. So it's a special condition, special situation that they have to take into consideration, and not just fire people because of this. Hopefully this is not going to happen. What else is happening? Here in our region in Benidorm, especially Valencia and Alicante, there's been a lot of cyber attacks, which grew for approximately 600% in our region in the last year, which is a lot. It's a huge growth. And they try more and more new, some kind of attacks, some kind of messaging, emails and stuff to be able to get money from you, basically. What they're doing, they're sending messages with the false PCR testing. For example, they offer you, like a social security or a private hospital, they are offering you to do the PCR test a lot cheaper, and you have to pay for it first, and then they'll send you the time of the appointment. But of course, people pay and they never send you anything. Basically, this is what's happening. Or they just come to your home. Even there are some people that are coming to your house. They do false PCR test, let's say it like that, from the mouth, and that's it, and you never get the results back. There are other people that are just sending messages to collaborate and donate some money for the victims of the virus, for the families who lost someone due to pandemics or who lost their jobs and have a lot of children. People now in general in pandemics are quite a lot more sensitive to this, because in one way or the other, a lot of people, almost everyone, were affected in more or less, but everyone were affected by the situation, and people are a lot more sensible about this right now, because many people suffered, and if they have the option to help someone, they will donate the money. So these hackers, they know that this might happen, and maybe from 10 people they send the email, one will reply back and donate the money. Who knows? But like this, they try to earn some money from us, from people living here. So if you live here in the Valencian community or in general in Spain, doesn't matter. If you see that there is a message coming that you need to pay for something before you get it, like a test or the vaccine, don't send anything, because vaccines are only given by the Social Security. No one never ever can give you the vaccine except for the Social Security. Social Security is giving you the appointment to go to the medical center. They don't come home to put you the vaccine. When it's for the PCR testing, if it's a Social Security, for example, you have to talk to the doctor and say that you have symptoms. Only then the family doctor will give you the appointment for the PCR testing. Only then. It's impossible to get the appointment in the Social Security by any kind of other way. If it's a private hospital and you want to go to a private hospital to make the testing, they won't contact you directly. Never, ever. They don't do this, trust me. For example, you have to call them. They will tell you where to go, but you will pay for the testing directly in the hospital. So don't believe any kind of messages, emails, the ones that are offering you free testing or free vaccine or anything like that. And you just have to click to the link. Sometimes you don't have to pay anything, but if you click on the link, they will get all your data from your computer. So be very, very careful, because it's a very common problem and issue right now here in Spain, and especially in our Valencian region. These were all the news for today, my dears. I hope you enjoyed watching them. I'm gonna let you know slightly short about the weather. The weather, as you can see here in this first map, is approximately the same as it was a few days ago. The rain went from north part a little bit towards the center and some part of the Andalusia or the south of Spain, and the rest is remaining stable. There are some yellow alerts due to the storm and rain in these two areas, center and south. What about the temperatures? Temperatures, as you can see on this picture, are approximately the same as well, without no major changes. So this Easter so far has been very, very good, because all the others, it was raining and the weather was quite ugly, to be honest. So the temperatures will be approximately on the north part of Spain between 13 and 19 degrees. In the center, 14 to 19. South part will have between 17 and 21, and Mediterranean area will be the warmest from 18 until 25 degrees. In Alicante, it's going to be approximately 23. Here in Benidorm, same 23 degrees. Very nice weather. As you can see, there are no clouds in the sky. It's extreme light blue color. In Barcelona, it's going to be 21. In Granada, 22. Malaga, 24. Marbella, same 24 degrees. In Sevilla, again, 24. This is approximately the mid temperature that's going to be in the whole region of Spain. Madrid will have 20. Murcia, which is slightly south from Alicante, will have 25 degrees. These are the maximum temperatures here in Spain, in this region. Balearic Islands, which are Mallorca, Menorca, and Ibiza, will have 22. Canarian Islands, 22 to 23. 23 is going to be in Tenerife and 22 in Las Palmas. And Valencia will have approximately 23 degrees as well. Water temperature here in Benidorm and Alicante region will be approximately 16 degrees. Very, very nice weather for this Easter. I wish you to spend a very nice weekend. See you tomorrow in a new video. Bye, dears.